In Elon Musk's world, progress never sleeps. But even for him, this day was special. Project Neuralink, his most audacious and controversial venture, had reached its goal in a sterile laboratory under Musk's personal supervision. The first human with a BCI brain-computer interface implant was preparing to change the world. Subject Zero, that's what they called him. A brilliant mathematician, completely paralyzed, but with a mind as sharp as a razor. The goal was simple, yet monumental: to allow him to output the most complex mathematical formulas onto a screen using only the power of his thought. And so, the system was activated. On the giant screen in the control center, where the gazes of Musk and his lead neurobiologist, Dr. Eris Thorne, were fixed, the first symbols began to stream. This was not mere speech. This was pure, elegant mathematics, flowing directly from a human consciousness. The team was ecstatic. It was a triumph. They had opened a door into the human mind. But they didn't yet know that someone else was about to peer through that door. Late at night, when the lab had emptied, Musk was alone, reviewing the data streams. His obsession with details was legendary. He double-checked everything, and that's when he noticed it. Amidst the flawless cascades of equations and theorems, a barely perceptible noise slipped through. A ghost, a second, very faint signal, hidden deep within the mainstream. It wasn't mathematics, and it wasn't a random glitch. It was a repeating, structured pattern. The next day, he showed it to Dr. Thorne, but Musk couldn't let it go. The intuition that had helped him build rockets and electric cars was screaming that this was not a glitch. This signal was intentional. Musk began a personal hunt for the ghost. He assembled a team of the best cryptographers and programmers, working in complete secrecy. Their task, to isolate and decipher the anomaly. Days turned into nights. Coffee and energy drinks became their fuel. Meanwhile, the ghost was growing stronger. It began to slightly distort the primary mathematical signal. For the first time, Subject Zero showed signs of stress, a slight change in heart rate, barely perceptible fluctuations in his brainwaves. This was a race against time. Thorne was ready to shut down the system to save the patient. Musk was ready to risk it all to find the truth. And then, when the deadline had almost expired, the algorithm produced a result. The signal was deciphered. Musk and Thorne stood together in the control center, looking at the screen. There was a single, short message. It wasn't written in a human language, but in the universal language of the cosmos, mathematics. Its structure was based on prime numbers and geometric constants. It was elegant, intelligent, and without a doubt, not a human origin. The message repeated over and over, "We hear you. Are you alone?" In that moment, the realization washed over them. Grandiose and terrifying, their Neuralink implant, designed to read the brain, turned out to be so sensitive that it also worked as a receiver, a quantum receiver. And the human brain, with its incredibly complex electromagnetic field, had become the perfect antenna. They hadn't just created a brain-computer interface. They had accidentally built the world's first biological radio telescope for the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. The ghost wasn't a glitch. It was an intelligent signal from the depths of space that had, perhaps, always been here, washing over our planet. But we never had an instrument sensitive enough to hear it. Until now, the climax was an explosion, but silence. A silence of realization that changed everything. Musk looked at the data from Subject Zero. The patient was calm. His stress was merely the brain's reaction as it tried to process this alien whisper from the universe. That night, the entire mission of Neuralink was revised. Its new, secret objective was no longer just to connect the brain to a computer. It was to create a global network of human mind receivers to listen to the universe, to decipher the signal, and to understand who or what was on the other end. The story ends with Elon Musk looking at a world map. But now, it's not a map of his factories and launch pads. It's a map of future listening stations, the minds of humanity. His quest to unlock human potential had accidentally transformed into a quest to understand our place in the cosmos. On the screen with the message, "Are you alone?" a new, more complex pattern appears. The story is just beginning.